Hi Aquarius, welcome to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth, I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader, and this, my darlings, is your Sun, Moon and Stars reading for December into January 2020. We're going to do 3 rows. The first row is going to be the Sun section of your reading, which is your Divine Masculine. That's going to look at your actions and experiences in the month of December. The second row is our Moon section of the reading, which is looking at our Divine Feminine, or that's what's beneath the surface for us, our emotions, or what's hidden. And finally, the Stars section of the reading. The Stars section is your destiny, my darling, okay? That's similar to your rising sign, if you ever looked at that. And that's where you're headed in the month of January, or toward the end of this month, and in the month of January, okay? Don't forget, because of the detail and the focus of each of these readings, it's a really good idea to check out your moon sign also, your rising sign also, and your Venus sign, just to give you that extra bit more information to help you to navigate your life path over the next 4 to 6 weeks. Okay, my darlings, I've already shuffled, I've already meditated, I'll do a little bit more on camera and then we'll get started on your reading. Okay, so card at the base of the reading is the Devil card. Okay, that's the Capricorn's energy. That's my energy. I'm a devil. I'm a Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn. Okay, so the card at the base of the reading is the overall energy or experience of this of the month. Now, the Devil energy, very misunderstood, like many. So you're lucky you've got a Capricorn to read this for you, okay? Because I've obviously I'm a Capricorn, so I've done a lot of work, obviously, on this card, because it's interesting to look at it. The Devil energy, in a nutshell, this is how I like to describe it in a nutshell. It's our slavish commitment to responsibility that brings about a transformation. That's what this energy, in a nutshell, represents. It's the beginnings to notice the energy, the effort that you're expending, that you're putting into something, whether it be a job, a relationship, a friendship, whatever it is, a situation, the work and commitment that you putting into it, you're realizing that it's making you realize or ask the questions, is there more to life than this? That's what this card makes you ask. So let's think about that. Is there more to life than this? you know, whatever it is for you, because you know what it is. You know now what it is. You know now that whether it's work, whether it's relationship, whatever it is, whatever situation it is, you know what the situation is when you watch this. And this is a really important time for you. It's a really pointed time because this question is being asked of you. Are you going to break these chains? Are you going to recognize that you are more than just body? That you have emotions, that you have feelings, that you have a mind that also needs attention just as much as this, whatever the situation is. There's other things, your health, whatever it is, that also need your attention. Are you gonna stay stuck here for just becoming a workaholic or whatever it is for you, and completely ignore the other things? This is a question for December for you. So let's look then at the first card. Oh my god, this is so annoying. Sorry, it's all going like this. Okay, let's look at the first energy. So we've got the Judgment card. Wow, we've got Judgment, we've got the Ace of Cups, we've got the Seven of Wands, and we've got the Empress. Okay, so we have got, the answer is clearly no. Now it's interesting because you know, as I said, our slavish commitment to a circumstance or a situation that actually ultimately leads to our transformation, that's a devil energy. And Judgment energy is not as in, well, it's quite an intense energy, this, because what it is a revelation. It's a breakthrough or a aha moment. It's that moment when you realise, hang on a minute, I'm doing all this work, or I'm putting all this effort in, and actually this is not working for me. It's not right for me. It's not good for me. Whatever it is, it's not good for me. I'm spending all this time doing this, and actually, what am I getting, or what am I not getting? How is it limiting me? This is that realization. This is actually that question being presented front and center in your mind, so that you cannot avoid it. It's the same question. It's not the same question, but it's the situation or circumstance that brings about engagement with that question, that brings about that engagement with this thing that is drawing all of your energy, that you're so committed to. There's a situation that arises that helps you to see the impacts of this situation, that helps you to, whatever this situation is for you, there's this Judgment energy tells us a situation or circumstance that's arising in December that helps you to notice and see the impacts of this situation on you. This aha moment. And not only is it aha moment, it's also it's an emotional breakthrough for you. It's an emotional breakthrough for you that you actually also have. You have this, sorry, I'd just like to keep my cards nice and clean and tidy. You have an emotional breakthrough here with this energy, a new emotional beginning here, because really it does shift your perspective drastically. Judgment energy is very intense in the sense of it really does shift your perspective. It's like, it's not like being hypnotized, but it's like, for me, I don't know, have you ever like forgiven someone, like really forgiven someone that you've hated, or someone that hurt you for a long time, and then if you truly forgive them, the forgiveness moment would be the Judgment moment. You feel differently from then on. Like, you never feel that anger again. You never ever feel that same anger again toward that person or that situation. It's impossible, because you truly have transformed because of that forgiveness. And that's whatever the actual situation or circumstance is that it is for you. So the forgiveness is my example. That's an example of judgment, of true judgment. That is something that does give you a brand new beginning. You feel totally different after this experience. You don't feel the same. You can't feel the same, as I said, anger or annoyance or whatever toward that situation anymore. You feel different. This is that new emotional beginning. And it doesn't matter what area of life this affects you in. What's going on is, karmically, this change is bringing about awareness in your emotions, and it's making you act differently. You know, this is also about truthfulness, you know, judgment, because this is in your masculine part of your readings, your divine masculine. Your divine masculine is your ego, basically, the thing that goes out in the world and do stuff does stuff, you know. The actions that you take, the steps that you take, the things that you say, the things that you talk about, this is the divine masculine. So it suggests that this moment of judgment, it could be that you are being revealing, that you're expressing something, that you're talking from the heart, that you forgive someone or that someone forgives you. I don't know, but it doesn't matter what the specifics are. The act or the experience is what brings about this new emotional beginning. And what it means also with this being in your the active part of your reading is that you not only are feeling differently, but you are acting on your feelings also. You are acting on your feelings also. You're responding to your feelings. And remember, there's something, a situation or a circumstance that has been draining the life out of you, but that you've been committed to upholding. You've had that integrity. You've been committed to upholding it. But now there comes a change or a shift, and you're upholding a bigger truth, an important truth, a significant truth. You're expressing yourself. You're taking action to be clear. You're taking action to be open, and you're taking action to defend your right to feel good, your right to feel truthful, your right to feel honest, your right to feel okay, whatever it is for you. You know, you there's a realization that's happened for you, for not just you, Aquarius, because you're the last air sign that I'm doing today. And I realised that it's in all the air signs. There's a realisation of the significance. I've said this to you before in early readings this year, but there's a real realisation of the significance of your emotions as well. It's like you realise, it's like there's a light bulb gone on in your mind this year that really has proven to you, proven in a way that you can see, how significant and important emotions are to you, how your emotions affect your life, your identity, your reality, how you think about yourself. And there's a real sense of doing things differently, wanting to do things differently because of what you've been learning this year. The 7 is a number of mystery anyway. It's my master number. I always say that every time I get a number 7, which is a lot actually this week. And 7 is about asking questions. It's about, why do I feel this? Why do I want this? Why do I desire this? Why am I the way I am? Why do I go the way that I go? Why do I do the things that I do? That's what number 7 is about in a nutshell. The wand energy is your life force, your chi or your ki, the yin and the yang, the shokurin, the seihei ki, the thing that animates you, the energy that animates you, that literally the thing that keeps us alive. That's what the wand energy represents. So this is you, in a way, trying to hold on to what you've learned, trying to hold on to what you now know to be true. That this situation is draining you, and it shouldn't be draining you in the way that it is. And I've been committed, and I've been loyal, and I've stayed with it. But ultimately, I need to take stock. I need to recognize the impact that this situation is having on me, and recognize that that's important. I need to put that first. That's what this energy represents. You feel and you act this month as though what you feel, what you're experiencing emotionally, does actually matter. There's a practical taking stock of, trying to find the good in yourself, trying to find the good in this relationship or this situation probably, but you're also trying to, some of you have had your reality skewed slightly. People can be, anyone can learn to be very manipulative, and they can learn to sort of skew your view of reality. They can sort of, well, no, you're not. No, that's not nice or whatever. I don't know, but they can learn how to do it. And I think for some of you, your grip on the truth has actually been skewed by this situation, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a drug, alcohol, whatever it is, a job, whatever. And there's actually it's as if you know that, and you're going to take practical steps to try to address it. You're going to take practical steps to try to understand how this situation, so for example, you work really, really hard, and you work this hard because you have to work this hard because, more for less. That's what they always say in public services in this country anyway. More for less, this is how you've got to do. You don't deserve, you don't deserve to earn enough money to pay your bills. You don't deserve enough money to, to pay your medical bills. You don't deserve to have enough money. That's what society has told us. And so we continue to work as hard as we do so that we can sustain this life that we live. And this is you about saying, do you know what I do? No, hang on a minute. I do deserve to be happy. I do deserve to have a wage that pays more than just my bills. Like I do. This is you looking at yourself and your life and sort of reclaiming it. And that's just an example. I don't know where that example came from. It's what a random example. But it could be, people talk about this as being addiction. I don't talk about it as being addiction and toxicity because, again, anyway, I'll digress. But anyway, so for some of you, it could be the stopping of, if you stop drinking or if you stop taking drugs or whatever it is, you might be able to see the benefits of your life and the things that you and the benefits of yourself and the worthiness of you. This is what this card represents also, the worthiness of you, the worthiness of what you can bring and of who you are and of what you've learned and of your wisdom and of your experience, recognizing the significance of those things in this energy as well. That's what helps you to expand, to grow, to heal. Okay, let's move on to your moon section, which is your divine feminine. So this is what you're going to be feeling within. What are your emotions? What are your instincts telling you? What may be hidden? So we start with the Knight of Cups, then we've got the Seven of Cups, then we've got the Hermit energy, and we've got the Ten of Cups. Excellent, with a clarifying card here. So we are within you. There is this. I feel this. Not feel. See. I even see it now. It's as if within. This is your body, inside your body. So imagine your stomach now, your tummy area. So if you imagine your third chakra actually, so just above your belly button, just beneath the rib cage, if you will, it's like this inside your body. It's like this, and then it's like it's starting to open. There's like a crack of light, like shining through. Your core is being opened. It's as if your inner world is opening up to you. You are starting to notice it, starting to see it, starting to embrace it. You're starting to open up, Aquarius. You are starting to open up, and this is reflected in your inner world here. There's more active engagement with your feelings. You're actively going within to understand, and this is also the same active, it's masculine, the energy, so it's about active engagement. It's about noticing your feelings with the Knight of Cups. It's about trying to start to act on them, or to allow your feelings to impede or affect your actions. That's what is happening for you. You're allowing your emotions to affect your actions and to affect what you do. So as I said, even though in your mind you know and believe and think that this is the appropriate way, this is the appropriate commitment because, for example, we're married, or because, for example, we've got children together, or because, for example, that job gives me enough money to pay my bills, or because, for example, without the alcohol I can't sleep at night, or whatever it is for you as an individual. What is happening within you in December is you start to notice, but actually, yeah, this is a good job and it pays my mortgage, but it's really having an impact on my self-esteem. It's having an impact on my anxiety. I really am struggling with my depression, and I'm not able to deal with it because of this job or this relationship or this alcohol or whatever it is. This is you actually starting to have that type of conversation with yourself internally, maybe with other people as well, but you really are self-focused. You're really, as I said, opening up. That's what I see, that like There's like a shining light, like it's been cracked open. It's breaking open naturally. It's breaking open now. It's already opening up. The light is shining in. It's shining in within you. And yes, it leads to a certain level of mystery. Again, mystery number 7. It leads to a certain level of what do I want? What are my desires? You know, this is linked, number 7 is linked to the 7th chakra, the crown chakra, which is linked to your spirituality. The affirmation for that is I am, I understand. You know, it's about your enlightenment, your ability to connect with your psychic self. By psychic self, we just mean things like your instinct, you know, your animal instinct, your which is the wand energy as well in a nutshell, your emotions, your desires, your feelings, your dreams, your wishes. This is what we mean by psychic self. It doesn't have to be you can see the future, you know, it doesn't have to be that. But with number 7, we start to engage with ideas like that and feelings like that. And yes, it brings about a certain level we can't see clearly, we don't know. But even though you don't know, and even though you may be confused, and even though you're not sure what you desire, you're at least asking the questions. What is it that I want? What is it that I feel? How does this affect me? How do I really feel about this relationship or this job, about my habit to drink, or about this family, whatever? How do I really feel about it? Okay, I feel confused. I feel uncomfortable. Okay, yeah, I feel confused and uncomfortable, but I need to know more. What does that mean? How is that affecting me? This is what you're doing. You're being conscious. You're meditating. Your meditation means to reflect, to consider, to think over. It doesn't mean to close your mind off to everything and just go to sleep. So so you're actively engaging this month with those aspects of yourself. And there's if you check out the Key Wisdom playlist, you will see some conscious meditations. And I think for you, there are examples of really how to consciously engage with these ideas and feelings as they arise within us. I give you examples. I do some videos where I do conscious meditation out loud. So I definitely suggest, because that might be something that you would enjoy as opposed to putting a tape on and listening to it and it telling you. I think you would actually, as an Aquarius and earth sign, you might actually enjoy the conscious meditation that I do, which is when you're fully awake and you're fully engaging with your mind. So listen to those as examples and really try to work, you know, if you like them, try it yourself, you know. And then finally, for our actions, for our inner world, what's beneath the surface, what's hidden, we've got this energy, you know, we've got this energy of the 10 of Cups with a clarifier here. Now, the beautiful thing about the 10 of Cups is it's about your inner joy. What gives you that joy? Finding the well of joy within you, the thing that helps you to feel good, understanding, knowing what that is on some level. That's where you're at in December. There's an understanding of what you need, what you want, what you desire. Whether you can articulate that consciously, let's see. Eventually, yes. So there seems to have been an imbalance. Actually, I don't know. I don't like to go too specific with examples, but I'm sorry. There's somebody or some people who have been manipulated by this situation. In a way, they've been manipulated by this situation, and you've been put off balance by somebody, by the input of somebody else. Whether somebody's being controlled, and it's not, you know, like, let's not get all, you know, it doesn't have to be anything dangerous, you know, to your physical health, but you know, to your mental health. You know, there's been some interference, some sort of shady doings by somebody in your life, or created by the situation, and it's really affected how you look at yourself. And actually, you're starting to see through it and understand that that's not you, and that you need more, you need something else, you need a different approach. So there's been an amount of imbalance. Some of you, this might be, you know, substance abuse. You know, you might be drinking alcohol, taking drugs, whatever it is, taking pills, and it might be that that's skewing your, because I'm feeling very like I'm not seeing things clearly, like I'm like my vision is distorted. That's how I'm feeling. I'm feeling like my vision is being distorted. The answers are always within you. So that is what, don't bother asking other people what you feel. Don't bother asking him or her or them how you should respond. You know the answer. It's inside you. So that, and you feel it. So even through the confusion, try to look through the confusion and try to connect with, but how do I feel? Because that is important. And that is where you're headed, Aquarius, actually. You're headed in that direction where you do actually understand how you feel. Bringing about that balance of justice. You know, we need this. Justice is when we apply what we learn on the inside, we apply it to the outside. That's what brings about balance. When we have all the evidence, when you have all the evidence, you've acknowledged and you've accepted and you've become aware, this is the evidence, acknowledgement, acceptance, aware, it's that anchors us in the moment. You've acknowledged, yeah, okay, this is actually draining me, this situation, this relationship, this drug, this job, it's draining me now, to be fair. By draining, this is more evidence, this is what you do in your conscious meditation. By draining, I mean, I can't bloody get a word in me. I haven't got a minute to think to myself. I feel like every time I get home to me, my phone's bombarded. I don't have a minute to think. He's always chipping in, or she's always chipping in, or they're always telling me I should work harder, or they're always telling me I should do more. But actually, this is actually hurting me now. I can't not rest for it. I cannot rest my brain for it. This is not the right situation for me to be in. These breakthroughs are coming through to you. And if you have these breakthroughs, that's the evidence, then you apply it. How does that then affect your thinking? How does that then affect your doing? How does that then affect what your actions are? How does that then affect your view of yourself? It's about time you engage, because some of you have been skewed, your reality has been skewed, your perspective has been skewed greatly by this situation, by the people, by the person, by the job, by the whatever it is for you as an individual. So it's actually time, and I love how this comes beneath the number 10. I love how the number 10 comes beneath the Empress, because remember, that's about what's within, as is the Hermit. What is going on within? Actively engage with what you're feeling and respond to it, because by responding to it, you see and you realise that this situation is, I don't want to say the word toxic, but it's it's ripe for change. It's ripe for change. The beginning, number 1, it's 15. Number 1 of change, number 5. The beginnings of change. So by noticing the discomfort, that's what actually brings about the change and the unity of number 6, which is 1 + 5 is 6, which is the Lovers, which is about balance, which is about unity, which is about acceptance. Okay, so let's have a look then at, as we end December, or as we and January next year, where are we going on this path? Where is this path leading us? The 10 of Swords, minor arcana, death or transformation. I've already mentioned transformation. That's exactly where you're headed. Okay, King of Pentacles, excellent. So we've got some security there, change again, Wheel of Fortune, and input of new energy with the 8 of Wands there. The 10, we've got to the end of thinking, being stuck in this way of thinking, because ultimately, if you don't feel it, respond to it, address it, you'll just be stuck in that way of thinking. Well, actually, it seems that in the month of December, if you follow this advice, if you listen, if you respond, you do actually change. You get to the end of this way of thinking of, yeah, but this is what's appropriate, this is what's needed, this is what they said, this is what he said, this is what's input, blah 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 blah. These are all these thoughts, and actually it's all that thinking about, this is what we mean. This is why it's transformative, because when you always think about the job or the money or everybody else or whatever, what happens is it gets to the point, no one can sustain themselves on that, because we are more than body. And that's the message of the devil. We're more than body. We're more than just flesh. It's more than just, our reality is made up of more than what other people tell us. Our life is more than our responsibilities. My life and my self-worth is measured by more than what my responsibilities are, and by how well I keep to my responsibilities. What about love? What about joy? What about me feeling happy? What about me feeling fulfilled and content? That's also important. These breakthrough moments are coming, and it's going to get you to the end of this thinking. It's going to help you to feel more secure with the King of Pentacles. Pentacles energy is where we pour our energy and effort in order to manifest security, okay? And this is us actively, because it's masculine, actively taking steps, making moves, taking action that's going to help you feel secure. Not only feel secure, but create the security that you want, because you've not been secure, because this isn't secure. This is what I'm saying. People are slavish to their responsibilities, and because they think that's what's going to give me security, but it doesn't. You need a combination of both. You need both Adam and Eve. You need both action and emotion, feeling, intuition. You need both. If you recognize that, if you can recognize that, and you will, and you should, then it means that we can affect change in our lives. We can bring about change by this realization, by this engagement with our emotions. We can bring about that change. We've got the Wheel of Fortune next, which is, as I said, change. You know that. I don't need to go on about it. You've moved the wheel. You've turned the wheel. Fortuitous circumstance is arriving in your life end of December as we move into January, because of this 9-10, because of the work that you've done by engaging with your emotions, by acknowledging and accepting where you are, the situation you're in, how it's affecting you, how it's impacting you. That helps you to release, that helps you to move on. It brings in new energy. Number 8 of wands. 8 is the number of karmic cycles, new karmic cycles. We have karmic cycles in order for us to go through learning. We have karmic cycles in order for us to learn who we are, to learn what our reality is, to learn what my reality is, and to learn what the ultimate nature of reality is. That's why we go through karmic cycles. You are waking up. The wand energy, again, life force. You have the 7, you've now got 8. You're acting, you're moving, you're changing, you're doing. Things are shifting for you. And they're shifting for you, Aquarius, because of the work that you're doing. And the work that you're doing is acknowledging and responding to and reflecting on the responsibilities or this situation that you are upholding at the expense of your true happiness and joy. Reflect on this, and you will move forward toward change as you enter 2020 and into 2020. So that is a beautiful message, I think, Aquarius, for you. All right, my darlings, I'm going to be I'm just rephrasing my notes now. I'm going to be uploading some new content next week, so make sure you check those out. I'm going to be uploading a breakdown of the 2019 astrology and how it has affected us, what we should have learned, and how it's preparing us for next year, 2020. I'll then be doing a video about 2020, the key astrology of 2020, what we can expect to experience karmically in next year. And then finally, I'm going to be doing a video about the astrology specifically for December, okay, looking at the 5th and final eclipse of this year of 2019, and again, the impact that that's going to be having on us, on you. It's a huge change, you know, it is a huge change year. It's a big change, a year of big changes, 2019. The astrology definitely predicted that back in when we looked at that back in January. You can check out my post on Instagram and on Facebook if you don't believe. You know, I was the one saying, well, political unrest and governments have been overthrown. I said in years when we've had eclipses, this many eclipses in this position, in these positions, and yeah, who knows if that's going to happen. But yeah, check out those videos. Make sure you subscribe, like the video. Make sure you subscribe so you can get notifications to your phone, to your email, from YouTube as soon as I upload. Thank you so much for being here, Aquarius. You know how well you've done this year. I know how well you've done this year. Keep going. This is the final sort of hurdle, the final sort of lesson, if you will, that you need just to recognize your self-worth, self-importance, and the significance of your emotions and your intuition and your instinct, as well as your physical self and physical body. Okay, take care of yourself, Aquarius. Have a wonderful holiday season, and I'll see you all again very soon with your brand new readings. Take care, my darlings. Bye.